Shameless Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Shameless, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And while I've never done reviews of Shameless before on this channel, this is my second time watching Shameless. I did, however, do a Shameless series finale rant video, which I'll link at the end of this video. So the final 20 seconds of this video, you'll see the end screen credits. You can click on the link to that video to check that out. It's one of my more popular videos on this channel. This will be Shameless Season 1, Episode 6. Title of this episode is called Killer Carl. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode yesterday. Fiona's brushing her teeth, and she goes into the bedroom and tells Steve to brush his teeth as well, as she wants to play. Play to Fiona means fun time. Debbie tells Carl he was told to stop electrocuting dolls. Fiona and Steve have sex. Hector has turned off the power as the electric bill is due, and Fiona just forgot to pay it. She has the money for it. She just forgot to actually pay the bill because she picked up an extra shift at work. Sheila tells Frank, Eddie, and Karen tonight's going to be a Hungarian night for food. Karen wants Sheila to come to parent-teacher conferences at school tonight. Frank declines Karen's request to go. Sheila says she's going to have a breakthrough and will be coming tonight. Eddie laughs, and Karen says she will slit his throat while he sleeps. That's always a great thing to say to your father. Fiona says Steve is a distraction. Warren wants the paper Lip wrote for him, but he only has $36 when the agreed amount was $50. Fiona won't accept any money for the electric bill from Steve, as she has the money, she just forgot about it. Frank owes a few goons a bunch of money. It's like, or he owes somebody money and they sent their his goons out. It's $6,000, and if it isn't paid, they'll actually take a baseball bat to Fiona. It was something to do with a car that was worth $6,000. Fiona tells Frank at the alibi that Frank's going to take care of this. Frank also has to talk to Carl's teacher about behavioral issues. The two goons show up at the alibi and chase after Frank. Kev actually thinks that Frank will show up for Carl, as he thinks he's actually capable of doing the right thing. We know that's not necessarily the case. He could do it, but he chooses not to. Sheila is having a virtual reality shopping experience. Fiona goes to Carl's school. Unfortunately for Sheila, the virtual reality shopping experience eventually went to shit for her, and she got even more freaked out than she already was. Carl had made a papier-mâché pile of shit. The demand is to speak to a parent, not Fiona. And then the two goons show up at Sheila's looking for Frank. Frank has to do this in a very sly way, getting his shoes and escaping out the back. Mickey takes things from Cash's store, and Cash won't stand up to him. And then Cash gives Ian money to replace the stuff that's missing, so that he wants him to go buy the exact same merchandise and restock the store. That way his wife won't find out. Fiona pays the electric bill, and Hector turns the power back on. Daddy Frank is what Karen calls Frank, needs Karen to distract the two goons so he can essentially get back into the house. And then Frank is going to go to Karen's parent-teacher conference night. Someone from the education board knows that Lip is what Lip is doing as far as taking SAT tests for some people, and the guy is a character that is on Better Call Saul, and he thinks that Lip is actually brilliant, and because he took the test in front of this guy, Lip of course only got one question wrong, and Lip argued that they'll get some letters about that question. It's worded differently. And he warns Lip never to take a test for another person again. Lip and Cash have Lip and Cash. That's not right. That should say Ian and Cash. Apparently I got Ian and Lip confused. So Ian and Cash, they have target practice. It was Cash's wife that did this, and she's a good shot. And then Cash was going to do it. Well, he did it, and he didn't do very good. And then Ian took over and did phenomenal. And then we have Lip and Fiona. They're the ones that go to Carl's school. And, the teachers wanted a parent. And they're not parents of Carl. They're more like brother. Well, they are brother and sister. And they say the sooner that Carl ends up in jail, the better. And then the two goons actually show up during Karen's parent-teacher conference. And they beat up Frank a little bit and say that he needs to come up with the money by Saturday. Steve actually bonds with Carl's teacher over some good shit and some Grateful Dead conversation. Fiona, Lip, Debbie, and Carl, as well as Steve, actually see Frank with Karen at the school. And that doesn't certainly make Lip and Fiona happy, as he wasn't there for his own kid, but he was there for Karen. Sit down, talk with Carl, and they tell him to stop hurting people. Frank tells Sheila the teacher said that Karen was developing into an incredibly poised woman, and Sheila is sad that she cannot be there for Karen, since she just doesn't have the courage to leave the house because she freaks out. And Frank tells her she's going to get through those doors any day now and never look back after Sheila says she's pathetic. Lip makes some calls to tell people that they're going to have their SAT scores invalidated. Steve and Fiona fool around again. A dumb jock, I don't remember what his name is. They said it in the episode and I forgot it. Comes to pay Lip money for him taking a test, but actually he's there to beat up Lip. And he was actually going to dump Lip out the window, but Carl tells him to stop, and he's armed with the baseball bat. So the dumb jock pulls Lip back in, and Carl hits him with the bat anyway. His knee is going to be fucked, and the Gallaghers celebrate, which ends the episode. We do have end credits in this show that I always forget about. It shows the two teachers smoking some of that good stuff, and he asks her if she's ever been with a black guy, and she makes a joke about it that she was exonerated with that. So pretty funny stuff. Pretty good episode of Shameless. I'm going to give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Characters of the episode. I think Lip is going to be the male character of this episode. He was one of the focal points. Of course, you have Frank, and Ian was pretty good as well. Carl had his moments. And then for our females, it's kind of a toss-up. Sheila's too weird and nothing really developed for her other than her, trying to go a different path and then ending up with the same result of her being just not happy about leaving the house. She can't do it. So I'm going to give Fiona the female character of the episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn if you're a fan of Shameless and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you smash that like button. Share this video with anybody that you know that likes Shameless, or put this video on any of your preferred social media platforms. Sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode. What would you rate it? And who would be your male and female characters of the episode? If you want to include your favorite moment, you can do that as well. And then last but certainly not least, you took the time to watch this video, so don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.